Well, hello and welcome to Shop on TV with me, Rob Locke, with an E, with a very big E. E! How are you, folks? We're in the kitchen, can you tell? Just before we begin, I would just like to say a very big shout out to Zara, who is watching. Hello, Zara, how are you? Apparently, she's my #1 fan, and I'm surprised she's still up because normally the people in the asylum have gone to bed by now. So thank you very much, Zara. Now, I'm very excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. And I think I like it. I want you. I want you. Pans! Pans, ladies and gentlemen. Now, these are the Tower T900 160. Yes, that sounds like a Terminator, I realise. But they are the Freedom 13-piece cookware set with detachable handles. 10-year guarantee on the handles, 5-year guarantee on the actual pans, which you need to register at Tower's website for free. I'll tell you about that. Mainland UK only, I'm afraid. Really sorry about that, because by jingo, these are incredible pans. They have the diamond non-stick, which is 7 times stronger and more superior to regular non-stick. Now, I know what you're thinking, or maybe you're thinking this. If you're a regular viewer, maybe you're saying to yourself, they had these pans months ago, and then Tower stopped making them, and they sold out. And actually, other retailers who were selling them, their stock was sent back to Tower and given to us at Shop on TV so that we could offer them to you. That's how popular they were. They were our #1 selling pan on the show. Well, guess what? Tower did stop making them. And yes, they were the most successful pan set that we sell. I personally have 2 sets. In fact, these are my pans from the Crew House in Warrington. You can see they stack. Now, I've used little pan protectors there. Actually, you don't have to because the non-stick is so strong. But just to be safe, I do. And they look nice too. But if you're wondering, where's the other handle and where's the saute pan? There it is, which is on top of my induction hob, which is actually exactly the same induction hob I've got here in the studio. And look, it's a hob on top of a hob. That's because the hob underneath is just a regular halogen hob, and it's blooming useless. They don't get hot enough. Induction gets really hot. These pans are supposed to be used on induction, or they can be used on induction, as well as all the other surfaces, including Argos and Rayburns and gas, etc. And this is how I'm losing all this weight, folks, because I'm making my food taste great because I've got the right pans for the job. More about that later. So yeah, induction, gas, electric, ceramic and halogen. All of those, and Argo, Rayburn, and I mean, crikey, you could even take them and put them on a camping stove if you wanted to, if you were going glamping or something. By the way, the non-stick is on the outside and the inside, but as I mentioned, they are stackable. The only thing you can't stack is the saute pan lid, which you have to keep separate. It's just the way it is. But they all will save you a lot of space in your kitchen. So I've got a little rack, a little shelf, a sort of chrome shelving rack in my home in South London. And that's where I keep those. The handles are detachable because you can put you can put these pans in the oven up to 230 degrees. So you need to be able to take the handles off. Also, you don't get all the clutter of the handles. If you're using 4 pans at the same time, you don't have all the handles getting in the way and competing for space. And you can transfer the handles from one pan to the other. But you get 2 of them. There's a 10-year guarantee on the handles. And this is what you actually get in the set. So you get the 18 centimetre and the 20 centimetre saucepans. They also come with silicone lids, which are great because these can go from the hob to the table, to the dishwasher, or even to the fridge, or indeed freezer, so you can store food in these, and you get 2 lids with the saucepans. Then you've got the 24 and 28 centimetre frying pans, the 28 centimetre multi-pan or saute pan, and the 28 centimetre wok, and you get basically lids for all of those. So you get the 18 and 20, well, you get for the 18 and 20 centimetre saucepans, you get the actual cooking lids, vented cooking lids. They're really substantial. They have a silicone rim. The little cutout is so that it will accommodate the handles. And then you've got a 28 centimetre lid, which will go from the wok to the multi-pan and even to the 28 centimetre frying pan. I'm telling you that these are the best pans I have ever owned. I've got £500 worth of another major brand of pans sitting in my cupboard, and I never use them. because these will take so much punishment. They're really durable, they're really tough. I absolutely love them. And if you were to go to Tower right now, they're $169.99. What is that? Mano? I've not heard of them before. $169.99. House of Fraser, $169.99. Freeman's $189.99. And Grattan, $189.99. We are market beating at $99.99. But also those other retailers, apart from Tower, that's probably leftover stock, because actually one of the reasons that a lot of these pans have been returned to Tower and then sent to us to offer to you on the show is because people don't really get it with the detachable handles when they're just sitting on a shelf. So I would imagine that, I'm not sure, but the others are possibly leftover stock. You can't stick anything to this. I've tried everything. I will demonstrate tonight. I don't care what it is. You probably couldn't even stick glue to these. They are so phenomenal and they wash so easily. You can put them in the dishwasher, but really you don't ever need to. It doesn't matter how sticky, it doesn't matter how gooey. There's even you're going to see later a demo where, well, you know, one of those Werther's original toffees? Can't even stick one of the other toffees are available, of course. Can't even stick one of those. So what does it mean? You've got, like, this hob goes up to 1800 watts. So you can get the pans really, really hot. And that means you can sear and brown food. And what is sear? What is browning on food? What is char, as they call it? What is caramelization? It's flavor, ladies and gentlemen. They put so much flavor into your food just by the very fact that they're able to cook so hot. It's like with Chinese food. They cook those big woks over massive fires, and that's how they're able to get a lot of the flavor. And you know, if you're cooking a really good steak on the barbecue, for example, it's the brown bits that taste good, isn't it? And you can do all of that. Look, scrambled eggs will never stick. What else? I'm trying to think. Nothing. I've never managed to stick a single gosh darn thing to any of these pans, and I literally just rinse them afterwards and wipe them up with a piece of with a dishcloth or a microfiber cloth, dry them off or leave them to dry naturally, and that's it. They're ready to go. So they save you space. They're going to last you at least 10 years because you've got the warranty. Well, it's a 5-year warranty on the pans, at least 5 years, and at this price, they are unbeatable. I cannot recommend these to you highly enough. I don't care what other pans we sell. It's going to take an awful lot to make me part with mine. And as I say, I don't just have one set, I have two. I was going to get you a photo from the flat in London, but unfortunately I wasn't able to. I'll do that for next time, but please take my word for it. I have them in London. I have them also here in the crew house in Warrington. So what we're going to do, what's that? Floor Manager Dave has something he wants to say. Go on.
I was going to try and send you some now, but I'm on the TikTok, so I can't.
Oh, you were going to try and send me some photos?
Oh,
he has. Okay, so we're just doing a television show and I'm having a little chat. But yeah, never mind. Suffice it to say, we don't have a picture of my pans in London. We'll save the chat for when we go to a little video, which we're going to do in a minute. Because, by the way, how much of the stock? 10% of the stock has already gone. Do you know what? I don't know if our buyer's watching, but we don't have enough stock. This is supposed to be a massive launch, and I don't know what's happened to the stock, but it is not enough there to go around. This is going to probably sell with 1 or 2 clips, because actually Matt McNamara, our wonderful Matt McNamara, and our celebrity chef Paul Brodell, they demonstrated these many moons ago when we first got these pans. So we've updated everything, and here is the first clip, but stay tuned because I will do some live cooking here as well. And so that's coming up in a moment. But also on the show, we got plenty of stock of this and one little video. So, and nothing to cook in it except some chips. It's going to be an interesting show. This is 440910. This we had this recently on the show, and it was very, very successful. Very popular. Really, success is measured by popularity, right? So it's normally £299. To be honest, nobody's selling it at that. You know, that is the recommended retail price. But even Tower have got them, I think, for 120, maybe a little lower. I don't know. But for £98.99, we are very, very competitive in the marketplace. It's a dual stacking air fryer. So instead of having the baskets side by side, which takes up counter space, there's one on top of the other, which means that it saves you counter space, and you've got 5.5 litres per basket. Now, most air fryer baskets are about 3.5 to 4 litres, maybe 4.5. This is 5.5. You do a whole chicken in there, or a couple of poussons, or you could do a Sunday roast, a rack of lamb, or as one of our chefs likes to call it, a lack of ram. That's more of a computing issue. You've got 4 cooking methods. You've got dual basket technology, digital display. The Vortex technology uses 99% rather less fat, because it's basically superheated dry air that like a vortex, like a hurricane, that whirls around the food and cooks it toot sweet. So you can also, because of the efficiency and the size, you can save up to 70% on energy. No preheat time, unlike a regular oven. And these have inside the dual baskets, each basket, they also have a trivet, so you can cook 2 different types of food in each basket. So you could actually do 4 different types of food at the same time. I think we could even show you that. Look, there we are. Isn't that wonderful? Plus you've got 2 different, actually several presets, but 2 different settings. You can have both baskets finish cooking at the same time. Let's say you're batch cooking a bunch of chips or something. Or if you're doing different things like fries, steak. If you're baking, yes, you can bake in these, use your regular bakeware. Anything that will go in an oven will go in an air fryer. You can do your wings, your veg, or there's DIY, where you set the time and you set the temperature yourself. And basically, if you just use the same temperatures as a guide as a fan-assisted oven, then that's really all you need to know. And there's so much information on the internet. If you want to know how to cook a banger in an air fryer, look it up on either YouTube or Google it or whatever, or Bing or whatever you use these days. And the info's there. There's a wealth of information about using air fryers. Revolutionary technology for crisper, tastier foods, and I can attest to that. I don't use my main oven anymore. All I use is an air fryer. In fact, I have an air grill. I have a health grill and air fryer. I have a dual air fryer. I've got everything you could imagine in my kitchen. I'll show you a picture of that next time. So I definitely recommend that you get one of these at that price at $98.99, and you can spread the cost for $34.98 a month with PayPal Pay in 3. And actually, if you're getting that and the pans, and why wouldn't you? You can spend anything from £30 up to £2,000 with PayPal Pay in 3 once approved. So, and if you were to go and buy this elsewhere, Debenhams have got it for $149.99, Freeman's have got it for $149, 120 Argos, and Charlie's have got it for $129.99. So again, we are very well priced for the marketplace. 440910 is your item number. It is a very special price. Here's a little summary of everything that it does. 11 litres, as I mentioned. And look at the amount of space that it saves. No more work surface clutter. 5.5 litres, and that's a lot of chips. That's a big old chicken. But look, oh no, what I love about this, with the trivets, so that's salmon. If you put the veggies underneath, the salmon juices drip down onto the veggies. Or if it's chicken that you're doing on the top, or I don't know, you're essentially basting your vegetables. Oh, you can have dirty taters, according to our director Paul. I think, is that a northern thing, dirty taters? Rapid air circulation, and you don't need any extra fat. You can spray a little, use it one of those spray fats if you spray oils, but that's really just for browning and colour. It doesn't need it to cook. You can roast your potatoes, sweet potatoes. Again, you can do your cakes, you can do your souffles, you can do anything you like. If you've got bakeware, and actually for one of my air fryers, for my health grill, I've got little bowl that I do my beans in, or my eggs. There's another one for veggies, so you can cook it all. But if you've got little ramekins, you could do creme brulee. I mean, literally bake your cakes in there. Do a flan, a souffle. I think I already mentioned the souffle. Perhaps a quiche. Do it all in there. It's a mini oven. Great for caravans, great for motorhomes, great for student accommodation, but great for you as well. Once you have an air fryer, if you don't already, I think you'll very, very rarely ever use your main oven. By the way, there is absolutely no connection between the top drawer and the bottom drawer. That's completely sealed off. So you could do vegan in one and, sort of Metasaurus in the other. There's no transfer of either smells or any kind of the flavour or cooking ingredients whatsoever. They're totally separate. And also, if you're having a party or something, even if you do use your main oven, it's always good to have one of these, because essentially you've got 2 extra ovens sitting there, and you could do sweet in one, you could do savoury in the other. You could do meat in one and chips in the other, or veggies, or whatever you like. Now, what was this? Patrick Troughton, that's Doctor Who. Patrick, what's Patrick? So, oh, something's just come, yeah. So somebody's just responded to me about what? Just says Patrick Troughton. Oh, that's good, that's really helpful. I'm going to stop talking to the crew while I'm on the show, because they're just saying weird things. Thank you, whoever sent the message that just says Patrick Troughton. Do they think I'm Patrick Troughton? I don't look anything like Patrick Troughton. I want to be Doctor Who. It's always been my lifelong dream to play Doctor Who. But no, Patrick Troughton, and he's unfortunately not been with us for many, 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 many years. He was the 2nd Doctor, because William Hartnell fell ill and could no longer star in Doctor Who, and they were like, but it was such a successful show, what are we going to do? And that's when they came up with Regeneration, you see. Right, okay, anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're running out of stock of the pans. Let's get a clip in so you can see these things in action. Order quickly, because a quarter of the stock is already spoken for. Air fryers are now flying out the window as well. I'm going to be doing a dance, and I think before we even get to 1:30. So here's Matt McNamara and our wonderful Paul Brodell, and here is a clip that is going to tell you and show you all about the best pans that I think money can buy.
I just love how easy they are. The handles are fantastic, 10-year guarantee, but look, I just got to show you how good this is. Now, this is in our wonderful air fryer oven.
On the show as well with the air fryer, yeah.
We are doing our roast dinner. Can you see how it just slides around? Nothing sticks whatsoever. The quality of the non-stick is phenomenal. So I'm just going to pop that back in our oven there. So you imagine, because you can remove the handles, suddenly you can bake cakes in the pans. You can do your pineapple upside down cakes, little stews, curries, casseroles. You're only limited by your imagination, which is just so good. And then I'm going to just do a little tiny bit of scrambled egg here, just to show you how good the non-stick is, because it is phenomenal. You will love, with this Serrashore non-stick, how good it is. Can you see? Again, it comes with a 5-year warranty on the pans, 10 on the handles. It's incredible, and they're dishwasher safe too. Can you see how nothing sticks? I'm just going to let that burn on there.
Lovely, yep.
And then what I'm going to do in this one here, I'm just going to pop some cheese in, because I'm going to do the quickest cheese sauce that you've ever done.
Now, we do have a variety of sizes, don't we? Of course, you've got your 2 interchangeable handles, but you've got your saute pan, the 2 different saucepans as well, the wok as well. So all of it included in your amazing 13-piece set. Induction hob compatible, as you can see with what we're using, and also any hob type. So if you're cooking on gas, cooking on electric, it is good to go. And Paul, as you say, oven safe, just detach the handle, pop them in the oven up to 260 degrees C.
They certainly are.
Air fryer safe, as you just saw. But also, Paul, I've had the pleasure of watching the master at work, because with the chicken, different cooking times on your potatoes and your garnishes. So you've been taking that out, adding things, putting it back in.
You can all the way through.
Brilliant.
Now look, I just want to show you the non-stick. So this is scrambled egg that I've purposely left, and look, it just comes away. Your clean up is next to nothing. So I'm just going to pop that on our pan there, and I'm just going to, again, we're cooking on induction, but it could be halogen, electric, gas. Look at that, look.
Yeah, you stick that in the wash quickly, but here we quickly wipe it.
I promised you the quickest cheese sauce you've ever made, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now, so there it is.
That's not sticking, it's good.
It's not sticking at all, no. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some in and let it burn, okay? Because I want to show you how good this non-stick is. So I've got our tortilla chips.
Right.
Now, look at that.
Oh my goodness me. Oh.
Now, look at that, look. I promise you, if you have a nibble on one of them, you will just love it. But what I'm going to do is
let it
now,
cool down for a second.
I'm going to purposely, I've left some in the pan.
Yes.
I'm going to let it burn on.
Okay.
I've got
to show
some
the
extra cheese. Yep.
Coating.
To show how bad it is. I've even got some milk. If you've ever burnt milk in a pan before, you know how terrible it sticks. It really is. So we're doing the worst that we can throw at it, and I'm going to let that tick over there just to show you how bad it can be. But in the next one here, I'm just going to fry off some onions just to show you. Oh, please try it. It's
Got my
so
eye on one of
delicious.
these. I was waiting just because I didn't want to burn my mouth with the cheese sauce. But look at that.
Now, again,
Oh, he
that
nachos
can
at
be
home
your
in front of a
nachos
movie.
at home,
Yeah.
anything like that.
But
Just going to do some stir-fry
that
veggies
is-
in here.
that's amazing with the cheese sauce as well.
Oh, isn't
you
it
got that up
delicious?
so
Was that the
quickly.
quickest cheese sauce that you've ever
Yummy.
made? Now,
Oh.
again, it looks horrendous mess, doesn't it? Can you see how that's burning? So obviously you wouldn't do this at home, but you can imagine the phone goes and someone knocks at the door, stuff like that.
Or you just
Well,
leave something, the base of
look.
something's cooking away.
Nothing is
Oh, that's
sticking
really good. It's peeling
whatsoever.
away.
This is how forgiving these pans are, and this is why I just love them so much.
So a great
Look at
name
that.
as well, isn't it? From Tower.
You imagine. Look at that. You know, lots of pans, stainless steel pans, that would never stick.
You
Where-
almost think, when you see the words non-stick, you almost think that some manufacturers should put the non-stick in inverted commas, like non-stick, you know, unless, you know, but that looks like a genuine non-stick, just easy. And that's the Cerashore ceramic coating and also the decades of experience from Tower. Remember, right from the early 1900s, Tower have been doing this and making amazing quality cookware. And now it's pancake.
Well, I'm going to show you something else now. So, I'm going to make a mess on the side, okay?
Okay.
Now, because not only have you got the Cerashore amazing non-stick on the inside, you've got it on the outside as well. And it really is fabulous.
Have another one of
And
these.
while that's cooking on the outside, I'm just going to throw some of our chopped meats in there, just to do something sticky, like that, with that amazing even heat distribution. Can you hear that wonderful sizzle? It really is so good. I haven't used any oil whatsoever.
Oh wow!
Even-
Because
now
it suggests like little oil,
Yeah.
not as much.
Now,
So
did
you
you-
put none in, right? It's amazing.
yeah, and did you see with our stir-fry vegetables here? Again, little or no oil, which is just fantastic, but nothing is sticking whatsoever. It really is that fantastic.
Cerashore ceramic.
Well, that is the quality that you get. Look at that, look. Can you
Now you got
see?
this pancake mix gluing itself to the outside. I
Gluing
don't
it
know.
to the side. I don't know whether you can see it yet.
Yeah. It's
There you go.
baking itself on there. Yeah.
Right, so, and now obviously the cameras, we haven't done this on camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it off a bit and then I'm going to give it a wipe.
Okay.
So you ready? This
Right.
is only for TV purposes. Can you see how when, there you go.
Wow, that is
look at that, look. That was burnt on pancake mix on the side, it just wipes off.
So we know that even if the inside is non-stick, as they say, the outside definitely won't be. But here, the Cerashore non-stick genuinely is non-stick on the inside and on the outside.
That's it, it
Full
really
quality.
is. You're getting incredible
So,
quality.
just to run through exactly what you're getting, Paul, then you're getting the 18 centimetre saucepan, the 20 centimetre saucepan, the 24 and the 28 frying pans, the 28 wok, that's 28 centimetres by the way, each time, 28 centimetres. You're getting the lids as well, 2 detachable handles, and of course the silicone lids too. And they all nest and stack inside each other. So if you've got really small amount of storage in your kitchen, space is a premium, then don't worry, they're not going to be sticking out handles everywhere, poking everywhere. The detachable handles make them so easy to store and to keep safe at home and stacked. Pop them in the dishwasher to clean them if you want, wipe them clean and keep going, wash them by hand and keep going, but you've got a 10-year guarantee on the handles and an extended 5-year guarantee on the pan. All you need to do is register on the website to actually activate that guarantee. But how amazing is that? And the detachable handles, so easy to use as well, aren't
they
they?
are so, it literally is at the click of a button like that. And then suddenly you've got your frying pan turns into your oven dish, your cottage pie dish, you know, anything like that. If you're doing a pasta bake, you can put the cheese on, pop the whole time, and then you can even take it in the oven. And now can you see how evenly, wonderfully cooked?
Yeah, no, it looks
is.
really even, like no burning, no sticking or anything. Like,
Fantastic.
that's really good.
I'm going to do the worst scenario now. We've got our honey barbecue sauce here. So you imagine how sticky that is.
Yeah, now that would be a nightmare on your saucepan or your wok at home, wouldn't it?
It
But here,
certainly is. Oh, yeah.
not having a problem.
And how much do you spend on like the sticky pork and stuff like that?
Oh, don't even
there
get me
you go.
started.
Look at that. Look.
So you can get those tastes at home. Like, you don't need to worry. Like, you know, when you buy a new item of clothing, it's like, oh gosh, what's the washing instructions? When you buy, like, or you look at a recipe, you think, what dishes am I going to need? What am I going to have to wash up afterwards? Is it a one wok job or is it a one saucepan job? Single pan. But this is like, don't worry, just get cooking and don't worry about the cleanup.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. So we've got our sticky honey, our vegetables in there. We've got it all, and it's just done it so easy. Meals in minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look for my rice too.
Don't forget it's the Cerashore as well. So you've got the Cerashore coating, meaning this is a sort of surface, shall I say? Because this is like beauty is more than skin deep. This is a proper solid pan. So the whole thing is Cerashore. We're not talking coatings or thin layers here. The whole thing is that Cerashore ceramic non-stick. And you're getting your egg fried rice.
We certainly have. So we've got our chopped, wonderful, and our honey teriyaki there, and barbecue. We've got our wonderful egg fried rice that we're just going to do here now. Look at this, everyone. So
You just made your own takeaway.
Exactly, we really have.
Oh my goodness. So you're not limited with your type of hob, are you?
No, not at all, no. And you see how none of this is sticking whatsoever. It's incredible. It's going to make your washing up a breeze here
So
every single time.
When you're talking electric hobs, induction, gas, no worries. Use these pans on anything. Take the handle off, stick the pan in the oven up to 260 degrees as well.
Nothing there
and put them in the air
sticking
fryer.
whatsoever. So we've got our wonderful stir-fry egg rice, which I'm just going to serve up here now.
Ooh, look
Like
at that
so.
egg fried rice.
Then I'm just going to grab the cloth
looking good.
and just show you how
Obviously
quick
at home you give
that
it a
is.
little wash.
Look at that, look. It just comes away in a matter of seconds.
Oh, nice.
And then look at that wonderful sticky pork. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some of the residue
Yeah.
in there, like so. I'm going to have to fill a plate there because we've made so much. I'm going to let the really get sticky.
Okay.
I'm going to add some cheese to burn it on. I've got some milk to burn it on, just to show you the ultimate that you can put these through.
So you're going the most drastic demonstration here to show the non-stick of the Cerashore ceramic, and you are getting a 13 pan or piece pan set here from the Amazing Tower name. It's working out as $6.53 a component. You're getting the saucepans, you're getting the saute dish, you're getting the wok, you're getting the two detachable handles, you're getting the silicone lids, as well as the actual saucepan and pan lids as well. And you're getting a full set for the kitchen here, and they are oven safe up to 260 degrees C in the oven. Stick them in the air fryer as well, and with those silicone covers you can maybe store for later or keep in the fridge or afterwards. Maybe if you've done a big cottage pie or a big lasagna and you've got any leftovers, maybe stick it in the fridge and put it in the oven again the next day, I guess.
And in a minute I will talk you through all the pans because they're just incredible. Yeah. Please never think of this as just the wok, because they're so multi-usage. Now I'm just putting it through the worst that it can do. You know, you wouldn't normally do this at home. I'm cooking on induction, which is very hot and very quick to heat up. And you know, look at this, look, it just comes away.
You can see the burnt bits.
Nothing sticks whatsoever. And this is exactly what you want from a wok, you know, and nothing is sticking there at all. So I am trying to put it through the worst paces that I can do, and it just comes away clean.
It will be the bottom
every single time. And don't forget, you have got this on the side too, so it really is so good for coming away every single time.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, we are live tonight. That was Paul Brodell and Matt McNamara demonstrating these pans from a previous show. I'm really sorry about this, and I don't mean to air my dirty laundry, but we genuinely think that there has been a mistake tonight. We were supposed to have hundreds of these pans that I was aware of available for you to purchase. The demand is massive, but for some reason our system is only showing 50. and we don't have anyone that we can, because they're all asleep, that we can call to verify or get any more stock loaded. So I promise you this, we'll show you one more click. Half the stock has already gone. So 25 of them, or 24 actually. If you don't check out, then another 10 minutes, you are going to miss out. However, I do promise you this, they are scheduled for another show next week, which is why I know we should have more stock. So if they sell out tonight, we'll stay with the air fryer. And I'll let you know hopefully when we can show them again. I'm going to go straight to the second clip. By the time this clip finishes, these will have sold out if you haven't checked out. So I apologise, but get checking out now. And here's clip number 2.
We're doing our wonderful cheesy scrambled egg now. That'd be really lovely. I've got our meatballs with our veggies that we're going to do in a minute, just to show the versatility. Then I could add my pasta to that if I had my oven with me, and then I could put some cheese on top, pop the whole thing in the oven. Now here, I will use the big pan in a minute, but I'll show you the cover as well. But I just want to show you our wonderful, imagine cheese sticking. You know how cheese sticks on the edge of a lasagna pan?
Yeah.
Well,
Bakes
look,
itself on, and good luck getting it off.
Can you see? It's just coming away. Perfect scrambled egg.
But you're not using loads of oil or butter either, are you?
No, not at all.
The ingredients
it's
go in.
just absolutely fantastic. Amazing results every single time. I can't believe how many pieces you're getting for the money.
Oh yeah.
Here. And look.
Yeah, 13 pieces in total across the whole range that you're getting. You're getting the 2 different sized saucepans, you're getting the sauté dish, the wok. It's all going on with the 2 handles as well for you.
It is, it really is. Just wash my cloth here, because then I will show you how easy that scrambled egg comes out every single time. Look at this, look.
See, scrambled egg would normally be a nightmare getting stuck.
Oh yeah, totally. And don't forget, we are doing this on induction as well. So look at that, let's just go there.
Look at that peeling away. Look, it's looking really good. So it's literally peeling away from the side of the saucepan. Peeling away off it, and that'd be a thin piece that would normally stick itself to it. And we're just giving a quick wipe to our saucepans in the studio today to keep the demonstrations going.
Exactly, yeah. Now what I want to do now is show you the big pan.
Oh, this sautéed dish,
No,
yeah?
no,
the big one.
Big saucepan.
Okay, this one.
Yeah.
By the way, induction, magnetic.
Yeah,
so you can see that.
So this is, again, really nice strong weight. Can you pass me the saucepan too, the big saucepan?
I can indeed.
Again,
I'll take the lid off, but you've got your 2 silicone
Get your lids.
lids.
It's not a drum, it's a lid, which is great for storing in the oven too. So again, you can feel the quality, the weight. You've got the Serrashore non-stick, and then you've got that wonderful friction bonded base at the bottom, which means that it's suitable for induction as well.
Okay.
So they really are win-win-win.
And we were talking before the show. We both you said it feels good in the hand.
Yeah,
is that
it
phrase?
really
You said
does.
it feels good in the hand. And they've got a good weight to them in terms of being reassuringly weighty, but they're not heavy.
Yeah.
I struggle to describe, but it feels good in the hand. Like it feels sturdy and substantial, but not heavy. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Hope you're not.
Now I'm going to get our pan nice and hot. We're going to do some steak in a minute, but in the meantime I'm just going to throw in some sauce into our meatballs here.
Right.
And so you can see it really is meals in minutes, isn't it, you know, which I love. Easy clean up, and then wonderful. We could be putting cheese on top of that, throwing it in the oven.
So there's no sacrificing. You're not thinking, you know, oh gosh, I'm not going to cook that because it's a bit unhealthy because it's got a load of oil in it. You know, you haven't seen us here with butter and oil going in, because the Serrashore non-stick is giving us that reassurance. We don't need that lubrication from the oil, so we're not throwing in loads of sunflower oil, etc. And the other thing is, we're not being hard on ourselves thinking, oh, we better not cook that because it's going to be a nightmare to clean, because the clean up and the washing up is non-existent almost.
No, it really is. Now you're ready for this sizzle. Look at that, look. That wonderful sizzle. If you notice, I didn't put any oil in there whatsoever. So I will just literally let that sizzle down and turn it over in a second.
That is looking good. How do we like our steak? What's the best way of doing the steak?
Well, I think with ribeyes, medium, I think.
Yeah.
Because it lets the fat.
Medium.
But lets the fat melt a little bit.
Medium towards well done for me, which is really bad, isn't it? Is that criminal?
Well, look, whatever you like. My gran didn't like to see blood, bless her.
Yeah, I mean, 'cause I was watching Emily in Paris and she ordered her steak well done. And then the chef said, no, I'm not doing that.
Oh, they don't even give you burgers.
And she said, well, hang on, I'm the customer. And he was like, no, just try it. And then she was like, oh my gosh, that's amazing. So, yeah.
Right, so I just want to show you the oven a second.
One day.
So again, if you are suffering from stiff joints, anything like that, you don't have to just use one handle. You can use two. You have security.
Yeah, even if you don't
and you can
need
pop
to.
that down there. Yeah. That is in the entire chicken. And can you see, that's in the smaller of the two frying pans. Again, just pop them open like so. Close that up. And what I'm going to do now is turn over our
on the show as well, that air fryer. You can buy it now if you want. It's a really good version. Details are on the screen on the side. You can see just underneath the main details there. It comes with a rotisserie if you're using that. We're obviously using one of our pans instead, but also it's got the drip tray function. It's got all these different cooking settings, and it is from the amazing Tower brand as well as the pans. Oh, Paul, you know how to treat us. You really do. Yeah, if you weren't hungry before, you are now, right?
Oh, yeah, I know. Well, look at that. Perfection. And that was with no oil whatsoever. Can you imagine doing that at home in your pan without any oil? You have all the amazing caramelization there. Look, already, I've just turned that one over. You can see how, and look, that quick seal, that sizzle. And look, the pan is clean as a whistle. Look at that.
There's no spots and sparkling of oil or fat in there beyond what was in the steak itself.
And can I just say, that caramelisation on that steak, that is flavour, that is taste, that's yum. And that's what you're getting here every single time. Now that's rare, I would say, at the moment. And you just cook it a bit longer, but can you see how nothing is sticking whatsoever? And then we've got our mushrooms and our onions absorbing all the wonderful flavours there. It's just beautiful.
This is not a treat, is it, in terms of like, oh gosh, it's a luxurious purchase, I don't know. You know, if you've been in the market for a year or two for some pans you've been holding off, where you've been thinking, I need to upgrade, you know, or maybe you've been buying cheap pans, and it's the age-old phrase, you probably know the one I'm going to say, buy cheap, buy twice, you know. But, you know, here, buy at great value, buy once, because you've got your guarantee on the handle for 10 years, and then the pans themselves on a 5-year guarantee. And also, you might be thinking, I haven't got enough space and I've got my cupboards are full of all my tins and my jars and I like to stock up on the 2-for-1 deals. Well, don't panic, because these nest away beautifully. They literally nest in each other, and it's the detachable handle that means it's really convenient for going from hob to oven to air fryer to dining room table, but it's also the detachable handle that means that they're small enough to nest and store in your cupboard. Don't miss out.
So I've just done our barbecue creamy sauce to go on the top, like so, with our caramelised to go with our steak and our onions and our mushrooms in there, loads of flavour in there. And I'm really trying to get the pan as hot as I can, because I always love showing the worst now. Now we've done our steak without any oil. You saw how you got that wonderful caramelisation. We're now going to pop on our creamy sauce, but I'm purposely not going to do that when I do it, because can you see how that cleans it?
Yes.
I'm going to really try and let it burn on, and just
so you can leave a bit behind.
Leave a bit behind.
Okay, I've got you, Paul.
Oh,
what a meal! What a meal! How much is that in a restaurant?
Smell-o-vision. Well, 25 quid.
Yeah.
You see, so four of you go out and have steak at 25 quid a head. You've nearly paid for the pan set.
You have,
you know?
yeah,
it's incredible, isn't it?
Pan set. So again, we're going worst case scenario on our pan, but look at this, a golden glistening sauce on a beautiful steak.
Just gonna caramelise. Our meatballs are ready. Oh, goody, goody! How good!
How are you doing this, Paul? You're like juggling. You're literally juggling plates and pans.
Look at that! But we are
burning that on.
Wonderful food, excellent. Nothing has stuck. I've virtually washed up as how we've gone along.
Ooh.
Look at that! Look. How
goulash style
is that? Nothing sticking whatsoever. I'm going to take you back to what I would almost call like the disaster, isn't it? But look,
yeah.
Nothing sticking.
But look, it's burnt there.
whatsoever.
You can imagine that would have burnt and stuck on.
Happy days, ladies and gentlemen. I need to make an announcement and an apology. I apologise that my producer Leslie woke our buyer Maria at 1:45 in the morning. If you're watching Maria, we're sorry. Yes, we were right. There was more stock, so we don't quite know what happened, but we now have managed to get another 100. So the original 50, they've gone. We're now into the, and honestly, this, I swear to God, this is absolutely true. It just, there was something happened somewhere. You know, to err is human, right? But we do, now I still don't think 100's enough to go around. That's still only probably 2 more clips. But as I just said, these are the best pans money can buy, I believe. I use them, so I've lost almost 5 stone now. And do you know what made the difference for me this time? Do you know what? Before I always ended up failing and gaining weight back because I got fed up with eating food that tasted like rubbish. You know, bland vegetables, food that was, I felt like I was depriving myself. And so after a while, it was like, oh, to heck with it. Reach for the phone, get the takeaway. So I got myself one of these hobs because I didn't have induction. Now, you don't need induction. You can use gas. I mean, gas gets very hot as well. But if you've got halogen or ceramic, obviously they're not going to get as hot as gas. They're not going to get as hot as induction. But that's why I bought one of these portable induction things. It was 99 quid from Amazon. They're really good if you want to get one. And essentially that gets the temperature right up, because these have, as you can see from the bottom, they have a special kind of bottom, which obviously it's magnetic so that it works with induction, but also you can see the patterning is to make it dissipate. These are very thick, very sturdy pans. They can get super hot. You can actually put them into the oven up to 230 degrees. One of my amazing sort of saviour diet foods is I make for tartars. So what I'll do is I'll buy a steak, like a sirloin or a ribeye, I'll dice it, I'll then saute it, and then maybe I'll saute it with some diced cucumber, which is very, very nice, by the way. And then I will fill it with egg, usually about 6 eggs, and it browns it beautifully from the bottom, shove it in the oven under the grill, and you get a lovely brown on top. And it also makes it rise slightly. So for tartars are phenomenal. But I do all kinds of steak and veg. Like for example, I'll take cauliflower florets and a knob of butter, throw the florets in, I dice them into smaller pieces. They get really brown really quick, and it's the browning that's the tasty part. Now, I'm on the ketogenic diet. Obviously, I'm not necessarily advocating that everybody do that, but you know, if you want a snack, I should have put why didn't I put the apron on tonight? I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to get this up to 1800. I've just turned that on. That is now heating up, and it will heat up very, 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 very quickly. So because I don't eat potatoes and so crisps and things like that, having snacks is always, you know, when you get a bit snacky, what do I eat that's healthy and so on. So what I do is I make these little cheese pancakes or cheese fritters or whatever you want to call them. So it's getting nice and hot now. So I literally, and this will also show you just how good the non-stick is, and it needs to be. You couldn't, I don't think, do this with a regular pan, because essentially I'm going to burn the cheese. So I'm going to I just take a little dollop like that, a little dollop of daisy, and I just pop it in the middle like that. And then just make sure it's all nice and even. Now, and I just leave it until you'll see that it will start to bubble, and then it will start to melt, and then it will start to brown on the bottom, and then I'll flip it over. You'll see in a moment. Now, also, by the way, this would normally stick to a regular pan. My director Paul is saying I'd still eat that even when it's, well, no, that's the whole point. I do eat these. I make crispy cheese, or cheese crisps, if you want to call them that. Now you see I've got that really, really hot. Can you smell the cheese? Smell my cheese. Sorry, that's very Alan Partridge. Let's see where now watch this. In fact, I'm not even gonna, see, didn't even touch it. Didn't even touch it with the spatula. See how good that non-stick is? Let's see if I can get under it. Right, ready? Here we go. Hoppa! Oh, baby! Oh, baby, I love the way you flip your cheese. And I make about 4 or 5 of those. So if I'm feeling peckish, now I'll tell you what, when they're hot and they're still a little gooey in the inside, oh, they're lovely. But if you let them cool down, you can bung them in the fridge, and now I've got cheese crisps. So that's what I do for snacks. And now, again, not touching it with the, let's see. You ready? Ready? Ta-da! You can't stick anything to this that I've managed to find anyway. I'm sure there must be something. Let's see where we're at. Oh, there we go. Shall I make it? Okay, so the crew are asking if I can make these for everybody. Look at it, hubble, bubble, boil and trouble. This is the benefit of when you have I'm going to do, so Ryan on TikTok says it'd be great for eggs. Ryan, I'm going to do eggs in a minute. I'm going to show it. So I'll do 3 of these. Ow. So let's just get these all. You've got to make them into little patties. La 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 la. See here. And it's such a simple thing. But also, I tell you what, you know, you give these to the kids and they're going to love them because they're so tasty. And you can, I don't know what kind of cheddar this is, but you could do it. I tend to use a mature cheddar, so you get real flavour. And these are little, It's, you know what it's like? It's like a what do you call it? What, cheese on toast, but without the toast, because I don't do toast. So, and you'll notice here, look, it's bubbling on the corners, right on the edge, just as much as it is in the middle, even heating all the way throughout. Shall we see if they're ready to flip? Okay, I just want to see, because again, no spatula, haven't touched them. Look, see? They just move around. So here we go. A 1, oh, a 2, come here, a 3, oh yeah. So good. Now I'm not going to spoil this wonderful cheese with with an egg, but I will do some eggs as well. But actually, I'll make a cheese. Leslie, do you want a cheese omelette? So I've got some whisked eggs here, and I'll make a little omelette. And again, look, not touching. That was raw cheese, straight onto there. No butter, no oil. That was completely oil and butter free. Ready? And look, they just literally, you can't stick. Yes. Oh yes. So now I've got all my lovely cheese. Now Paul says it's not the healthiest. No, I disagree, because if you're on keto, cheese is your saviour. Cheese is your friend. But you know, to be honest, look, I'm not going to get into diets and health and things like that. I will say this, as far as I'm aware, there's never ever been a study that has linked good quality fats with disease that I'm aware of. So again, I'm not a professional, health professional, so please don't quote me on that. Now, you can see how hot that is. Now watch this. Now I've got it on absolute maximum. I'm going to turn it down a little bit because I'm going to do an egg now. Have we got a knife? I'm not very good at cracking eggs on, so I'm just going to crack an egg into the centre. Right, where's my bin? Is it under there? Now I probably should have let that cool down a little bit, because obviously it's cooled it down a little bit, but that's the great thing about induction. So we'll just wait. And I mean, the egg is almost done. It's still now what you can do, by the way, oh, can I get the lid please for the 24-inch? You know what, I've got one here on the pack shop. If you want to cook the egg on top, you know what I do? Stick the lid on. And now the heat's going to be basting it from the top as well. Very, very simple. But just to show you, because that's actually done, you ready? I haven't touched it. Here we, oopsie, here we, sorry, I ruined the pack shot. Here we go. Oh, okay, no, that one's going to need a little bit of help. That's because I left it on there too long. There we go. You just can't stick anything to this. Where is it going to go? It's going to go over here. Oh, did I break it? Oh, balder dash, I broke it, sorry. I left it on there too. Now, you might think that, let me just turn the thing off. You might think that that's stuck to the pan and burned. No, it hasn't, see? Just a little scrape, like that. And it's off. Microfiber cloth, have I got a microfiber? There's one here. So can I go over to the sink? I'm going to go over here, like this, okay. Little drop of water, like that. Yeah, I had the pan too hot for one egg. And then, literally, oh, can you see me? Where are you? You're over there. Hello. Right, is that clean? A little bit left in there. You can't, oh! Sorry, I turned the handle off by mistake. Sorry about that. Okay, don't touch it, it's hot. But right, okay, so yes, as you can see, it is clean. So the handles, what I forgot to do, thank you, is the handle is a two-stage handle, right? So there's a button and there's a lever. So you put that on and you ratchet it. Now that's locked, but just in case, if the first stage comes off, you've got to push the button, because otherwise you could do what I just did. Now I had my finger on the button and it released it, which is why it dropped on the floor. So that was totally my own stupidity. But as you can see, that is it locked, and they're very, 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 very strong. Plus, you can also, if you want to, if you've got a big, something big and heavy you're cooking, you can put two handles on and give you a little bit of extra stability as well. Entirely up to you. 10-year guarantee on the handles. So, so Jack would like to know, do they all work with a gas hob? Absolutely. All the pans, the saucepans, both the frying pans, the saute pan and the wok, they will all work on gas, electric, halogen, ceramic, induction, Arga and Rayburn. So that was question number one. Okay, so they are all free from the nasty stuff. So they're all PWA free, PT, whatever it is, and PTSD, whatever, all those things, they are free of all of the nasty stuff. So yes, they are a very, very high quality non-stick, 7 times stronger than regular and better than regular non-stick. So you can cook just about anything on there. I can't believe I did that. And all the times I've got 2 sets of these. I've never ever done that, but that was because that was a bespoke walking over to the sink and trying to show it to the camera and all of that. So I apologise. Let me just see. Sorry, say that again, Leslie. So we have a random message. Let me see if this means something. So this is from S33R. Tell your lad to chill. I'm working on it. I'm waiting on information, which won't be till the 30th at 3 p.m. I don't know what that means. No, sorry, again, another random message from somebody. Don't know. Right, can I just grab one of these? These are so tasty. Oh, I think we should show another clip, don't you? Here's Paul Brodell. Now, before we do, actually, let me just show you what the prices of these is elsewhere. Sorry, now I'm talking with my mouth full. I do apologise. If you went to Tower, they're $169.99. Mano Mano, $169.99. House of Fraser, $169.99. Freeman's, $189.99. Grattan, $189.99. We have them for $99.99. We are now very much into the stock of the extra stock that we were able to get for you tonight. So check them out while you can. What's the latest stock situation? 40% of the new stock has gone. So yeah, check out quickly. I promise you, these are phenomenal. I can't believe I messed the egg up, but and I cook this literally every night. But I'm not a professional. But I showed you how easy to clean it was, and also how easy it was to drop it on the floor. No, they're really for you to do that is almost impossible. I can't believe I managed to do it. I always wondered with Paul Brodell, our celebrity chef, whether he was a fan of steak. Should we find out?
Oh, steak. I was like, from The Simpsons when it's all pork.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
steak. But we are proud, because, Paul, you're not going to put your name and your time and your energy.
Do you know what? I absolutely love this. And again, with the detachable handles, it is just so good. And again, you can pop them straight in the oven then. Yep. And you can pull it out with one oven. But just imagine you suffer from stiff joints, anything like that. Yep. You can put the 2 handles on, take it out with 2 handles. How much easier is that? If you've ever taken a pan out with a wet cloth before, you only do it once. Where this makes life so much easier. It really is so good. We're going to put it to the ultimate test, really. I've got so many different things to do. Now, if you've ever burnt milk or cheese in a pan before, you know how much it can really stick. Yeah. If it's stainless steel, it can be terrible, can it? But imagine now, I am going to literally pop a steak in here, and there's no oil in there. I don't know whether you can see the onions. They're not sizzling because there's no oil there. Yep. Nothing at all. So
lose the fat, not lose the flavour.
Exactly. Listen to that, ladies and gentlemen. Look at that.
Of course, you've got the 2.5mm base with the even heat distribution, and then your amazing Sarah Shaw pans as well.
Now in this one, I'm just burning some cheese. I'm just going to show you the worst scenario. Now you imagine not only cheese, so imagine on your lasagna dish, anything like that. Imagine putting a bit of egg with it too. Imagine.
I would imagine that, but it's going to burn.
Imagine putting a bit of pancake batter in there as well.
My kids would love this.
Really trying to get it to stick. Now, while this is melting, I'm just going to turn over our steak.
Oh yeah.
Now, I'm just going to give it a bit of a nudge. Look at that, look.
So no oil, that's just the natural oil from the steak.
That is just the natural oil that's come from the steak. And look at this.
Oh.
Caramelisation sears beautifully. Oh, how gorgeous is that?
So that's the even heat distribution for you.
That is, yeah, that's that wonderful thick base that you've got on there.
That means you've got the garnishes cooking at the same time. You're not worried about cold spots with your heat distribution.
Pop in a few mushrooms there. I'm going to do it in a Stilton and cream sauce in a minute. But look at this one.
So this is all burned on now, surely.
Well, look,
you've ruined your pan. Oh no, you haven't.
And you see how it's just perfection personified, isn't it?
That is
look at that look. Now you imagine a hot pan like that. I'm now going to put some omelette mix in there.
So easy. Just look at the pan. It's clean. That's the Sarah Shaw ceramic non-stick. The cleanup is so easy. You can put them in the dishwasher if you want to. They are dishwasher safe, but we don't think you're going to need to. Just give them a quick clean and away you go. But also up to 260 degrees in the oven. And then you've got your detachable handles, so you can go from oven to air fryer, from air fryer to table, to dining table, to kitchen, back to the hob. Oh, and talking of hobs, have you got a particular type of hob and you think, oh no, are these saucepans good for it? Well, we're using the induction hob here in the studio, so it's the magnetic base, yeah? And then you can use these on any hob type. So induction, gas, electric,
exactly.
all of them.
Now, I think I've just made the quickest cheese omelette you've ever had. Look how gorgeous. Cheese and herb omelette.
Oh my
look
gosh.
at that, look.
You pay so much.
How
look at that. It looks
and
gourmet.
can you see? Completely clean as a whistle. Healthy and delicious, high in protein. Look at that.
I don't know how you did that, but that omelette looks just really posh for some, like...
Well, and it's done in seconds. You imagine a bit of salad with that, and bam, you've got it in no time at all.
A few frites with it, yeah.
So I would say that steak is pretty much done how I like it. You've got a nice lot of caramelisation. It's sizzling, bubbling, bit of salt and pepper. Pop that on there. But I'm now going to make a bit of a sauce with it.
You're losing the fat, not the flavour, because you've not put in any extra oil or butter on these, and these are Sarah Shaw non-stick. Cream straight in the hot pan, no worries. Yes, it's bubbling away, but we're not worried about it burning today.
Oh yeah, this will be the quickest Stilton sauce ever.
Oh my goodness.
Look at that, look.
You do like your Stilton?
A lot of Stilton.
Yeah.
Get like this on fresh air left. Right. Now, and my top tip, let's just put a bit of pickle in with it too.
See, this is why Paul's
adds a bit of sweetness.
Top shop on TV
So this wonderful. Now, if you think, oh look, it's going to burn, it's going to catch. Well, I'm going to prove that it won't. So I'll just let that Stilton melt, and then we've got the quickest Stilton sauce that you've ever had. And how much do you pay for ribeye and Stilton sauce? 25 quid in a restaurant?
30 more, depending on where you are.
Just going to start our stir fry going.
Yeah.
Look at that.
So we're going straight from the pan to the wok here, because you can. This is a 13-piece set where you've got your 2 saucepans, the sauté dish, the 2 pans, and the wok dish as well. 2 detachable handles, very easy to use, so you click on and click off. All come beautifully boxed. It's a great wedding present, actually. Brilliant housewarming gift, or a treat to yourself. The thing is, I say treat, and it's not like an extravagance, is it? Because it's not like a, oh, I don't know when I'm going to use it, and I don't know if I'm going to need it. You know, this is cooking. This is something you're going to use every single day. This is something that you need to at least have a certain level of quality.
You may think, oh, look, he's burning out. Well, I'm doing it on pothos, but just look what happens when I go across.
It's peeling away.
It just comes away.
Yeah.
Look at that, look.
Obviously, plastic, silicone utensils, soft utensils.
You smell that Stilton sauce. So I'm just going to pour that over the top, but I'm going to leave some in the pan.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. Just to burn it on.
So deliberately, you're deliberately
burning it on. Just to show you the
beautiful
quality of these pans is just incredible. We've got our veggies here to go with it. Quick stir fry I'm doing here. Trying to get it.
See, with my old wok, I used to have to be worried about the heat distribution because I could never leave something. You were busy over here and you left that going, but it didn't.
Yeah.
There weren't hot spots. You haven't
Just
suddenly charged it.
I've just used a bit of spray oil like that to keep it going. Just wonderful. Now, remember this burnt mess?
It doesn't smell good. It's smelling very burned up.
Look at that, look. But it just comes away clean. You know, this is what I want to show. How forgiving. You imagine someone knocks at the front door, the telephone goes, you know, you're occupied, something like that. We've all done it.
Yeah.
This is how forgiving these pans are. And this is why I really want everyone to experience
You're not there forever
how
with the
good
cleaner.
they are.
Yeah, you're not there forever wondering about how am I going to get this off, or soaking it, or wasting your washing up liquid, you know, or extra tools, or scrubbing. You don't want to scrub it because you don't want the damage. You wouldn't
Now, I
want to
just want
damage
to show
them.
you the outside too, where I poured the sauce. Literally wipes away clean. They are just incredible.
Remember, this is Cerashore ceramic. You live in the dream when you get these. Seriously, 13-piece set here from Tower. The guarantee, because you'd obviously think, you know, with such a good brand name as Tower, these are going to be guaranteed, right? Well, 10 years on the handles and a 5-year extended guarantee on the actual pans. You just need to activate it on the Tower website, of course. And being the Freedom range, the handles go across the entire range, so they interchange. And also, talking about interchanging and stuff like that, nesting as well. Which ones are hot? Which ones are cold here? So that's hot. I don't want to touch that one, but looking at that one's hot, but it's got a handle. But I'll just drop this in so that you can see.
Yeah, let me.
But so I've got the 2 different size saucepans here. One goes in the other, and they nest like so. So that's an example of at least 2 of them and how they nest. But they are very, very easy to stack. If you're thinking about a handle and is that going to get in the way in the cupboard? No, because you just detach the handle and it comes off, and they nest like that. It does go all the way in, I promise. There you go. So which means they can be cake tins, baking trays, sauté dishes, woks. Is that locked in there?
Yeah, that's all locked in.
Yeah, you have got it, all your bases covered when you get this Tower Freedom set. And the Tower brand, one that's been going since 1913, you're doing well to get that too.
And I just want you to imagine here. So that one fits in that one, then your 2 pans on top and all the rest. And plus the one in here. And so they all fit on top of each other, and then you've got the lids.
Quite swish lids, aren't they? Because you've got
They certainly have, yeah.
You've got your window there so you can see what's happening inside your saucepan. You've got to stand behind it, so there you go. The vent is there for draining things or letting the steam out, and then you've got your gap for the handle. That's where the handle clicks on there. But that is a really, really nice, solid saucepan lid. That is.
Now we've done our stir fry now. I've just added some of our thick soya sauce in there. Wonderful. And again, that was just cabbage and some vegetables. How good is that? That's for our lovely Martha. That smells.
Yeah, you're making everyone's lunch today.
There you go. That's nice and healthy.
If you got your order in today, yeah,
Look at that.
Didn't have to ask him twice.
And again, don't forget that Cerashore non-stick is on the outside of the pan as well. It really is so good.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have less than 1/3 of our available stock remaining. Please, please check out as soon as you can. Even the phone lines are busy. I think we even are approaching a queue situation on the phones. Really the best I can do here is literally lay my soul bare. I absolutely, hand on heart, if you swear to God, or you know what the universe or whatever deity we worship collectively, I have 2 sets of these pans. I can show you the ones in the crew house. I can show you. Here they are. So these are my actual pans, and that's the stack of them. You see how they stack. I've used some pan protectors. You don't really need to because the non-stick is super good, but I'm just for longevity. And there is my hob, which is the same one I'm using here because the hob underneath is halogen or ceramic. It's terrible. I could blow on the pans and heat them up quicker. So that's an induction hob, and that's my sauté pan. The reason I keep it on the hob is because I basically use it to cook absolutely everything. It's so good, it's so deep. Remember, these are oven safe up to 230 degrees. So you can start cooking in this, and then like if you want to do a shepherd's pie, moussaka, or lasagna, or anything like you can start it in here, and then you can put it in the oven. And the same with any of the pans, the saucepan. So you get an 18 and a 20 centimeter saucepan. You get the 22 and the 24 and the 28 centimeter frying pans. You also get the saute pan, which is 28 centimeters, and also the wok. You get a wok included. You pay 50 quid for a decent wok these days. And again, the handles are interchangeable through all of the pans. So you get 2 handles, each with a 10-year guarantee. 3 of the tempered glass lids, which have a lovely silicone rim. You'll notice when you get the lid. Let me show you the lids. They're the best quality pan lids I've ever owned. Honestly, I've got a £500 set of pans sitting in the cupboard gathering dust that would, maybe not dust, but I've barely used, because I noticed the non-stick started scratching off of them. And so, I've spent all that money on a premium set of pans, and they're stackable as well and all of that. But the lids for those are nowhere near as substantial as these. Really great grippy handles. You've got a steam vent. You get a really good seal, and obviously that cutout is to accommodate the handles, right? So you get 3 of those lids. You get the lids for the saucepan, but also this will go on the saute pan and the frying pan and the wok. So earlier, when I was basting the top of the egg, I didn't do it very well because I left the pan too hot. But this is what I cook with. This is how I'm basically shrinking, because I'm eating food that tastes really good. Now, do you know I live on basically the steak and veg diet? So I buy great quality steak. So look, there's your non-stick, 7 times stronger non-stick. It's so easy to clean, and it's got none of the nasty stuff in it, remember, and it also means you don't need any additional oil. So one of the reasons I love induction is, now I'm going to put the handle on properly this time. So can I show you? So there are 2 stages. The first stage, you pull this, well, I'm cursed tonight. So there's a lever, and that locks it in place, right? That is now locked. To unlock it, there are 2 stages. If you accidentally knock that, it doesn't matter, because it's still got but what I did over at the sink is I accidentally knocked that while I had my finger on the button, and the button releases the handle. So I managed, after a year of using these pans in 2 locations, to do something that's almost impossible to do, which is actually make the handle come off. So I've not used any fat on here at all. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is a rump steak that has just been bought this evening. Did you hear that sizzle? Oh yeah. Now I'm just going to leave that. Now I'm on high heat. I'm on 1800 watts. And I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to leave it to sear. In fact, while I'm doing that, I'm going to read some emails. So Ryan in Ayrshire, hi Ryan, he's watching on TikTok, says, hi, my current pan, I use a bit of fry light, and it soaks up straight away, and then the egg sticks to the pan and becomes a nightmare, as I like a runny egg. So these pans, that wouldn't happen. No, absolutely. I've messed up the egg earlier because I've been on 1800 watts making those cheese things, and I didn't let the pan cool down enough for the egg, and then I spent too long putting the lid on and all that kind of stuff. But no, if you want eggs, I'll do another egg later. I've got 1 left. I did save another one just in case I messed the first one up. If you've got the pan at a lower heat, then you can literally, don't even need the spray oil. Now I cook mine a little bit of butter, but you don't need it. It shouldn't stick to the pan at all. But I'll demonstrate that in a moment. So yeah, you've definitely made the right choice if you love your runny eggs. Penny says, I have these. They are fantastic to cook with and great to clean. Best pans I ever bought. Aren't they, Penny? Aren't they just? Diane says, bought this pan set in February, so 6 months ago, and they are brilliant. They still look like new. Rob isn't lying when he says nothing sticks, as it doesn't. Brilliant for low-fat fried rice. As I use the spray oil, definitely would highly recommend these. Love mine. And John says, Rob, put your name in for a MasterChef host. It's been a weird night tonight. Now, just to show you, I haven't touched this. Well, first of all, before I do anything, look, it doesn't stick. You want to see the sear? Ready for this? How's that for your lovely steak? You just can't go wrong. As I say, what I will tend to do is I will dice the steak and then I saute it with some cucumber. So I'll leave that to cook for a little bit. Shall I do some scrambled eggs while we're at it as well? Yeah. Oh, and also we're down to less than a quarter of the stock remaining. Remember, Tower stopped making these pans, but they were our best-selling pan set, and because you requested them and the demand was so high, they started making them and manufacturing them again, literally, specifically, just for Shop on TV. Now, they are available elsewhere, but that's leftover stock because they weren't really selling in retail because people couldn't quite understand, well, why are there no handles? They didn't really get it from the box. So a lot of stock from some of the big manufacturers, or sorry, big retailers came back to Tower and then was sent out to us to offer to you. There are still some at Tower's website, $169.99. Mano Manor have got them for the same price, also House of Fraser. Freeman's for $189.99. Grattan, also $189.99. We are at $99.99 plus $5.95 P&P. Now, I can tell you for a fact, ladies and gentlemen, if I had paid £199 for these, or 89 or 69, I would have been absolutely ecstatic with the quality of them. I'm going to flip that again. Oh, lovely. Make sure that bit's over there. It's got a bit of sinew. Look at how gorgeous and brown that is. So, let us do some scrambled eggs. I absolutely love these pans for scrambled eggs. I live on eggs and steak, basically, and veggies. So I'm not even going to wait for the pan to heat up, although I'm using induction, so it will heat up very, very quickly. But it's just almost impossible to go wrong because I've never managed to stick anything to these pans. So it'll start getting, there you go, it's already starting. So let's have a little look at this. Have I got a sharp knife to cut the steak with? I don't know if I do. Might need to flip that again in a minute. But you see, it's just not sticking. It's literally just not sticking. Oh, the eggs are starting. Here we go. They're starting to coagulate and all that. And if you want something quick, you know, the other thing is that I realised that by the time, I'm going to turn that off now, by the time when I used to get home, or when I do get home late from the studio, this is a cooler, this is only 1,000 watts on this side. I get home from the studio, and the old days of me were, you know, call for a takeaway. It might take, you know, 15, 20, well, no, more than that actually, 25, 30 minutes, if not more, well, to decide what I want. No, but then by the time the food's arrived, and at silly times, you know, stupid o'clock, what would often happen is the riders, they would take forever to get to the flat. So by the time the food's arrived, and then it's usually cold, or at least getting on for cold. Whereas if I get my pans out, I can make an omelette. I make a lovely cheese omelette maybe, or some scrambled eggs. The bacon is great in these. There we go. Now I'll let the last bit just sit, just to show you that the non-stick on these is so vastly superior. It really is. And I'll get the steak out in a minute. Got a knife? Well, we've got some knives over there, have we? Okay, bear with. I don't see them. No, don't see them. We are almost limited stock now, so where are they? The knives. Okay, we'll get one in a minute, sorry. So the steak's coming out. Are we ready? Lovely. And, oh look, did you see? Oh, you missed that, sorry. Look, my scrambled egg has just started flipping around in the pan, so I can actually go, whee! Get all the bits off the side. I'd say that scrambled egg is ready. Here we go. Look, so all coming off in one go. Look at that. Just brilliant. Look, 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 look. Now, what I want to show you as well, I'll turn the stove off. So if you look at the stove here, two things, right? See, that just comes off. So if I get rid of the excess, like that, and then microfiber cloth. I've got another one under here, so bear with. This is all a bit sort of like make it up as you go along. But I'm going to do this over at the hob. Right, ready? And I'll be sure not to hold the handle the wrong way this time. You ready for this? So there's my scrambled egg. Now obviously you'd wait for your pans to cool down. You can run them under the tap if you want. Clean. Oh, I missed a bit. That was hard. Cool, that took so long. What about the steak? Again, you would wait for your pan. Now that's just had a rump steak with absolutely no oil or whatever, just the natural fat that's in it. It's a bit slippery on here, but I'll give it a go. Oh, hold on. Missed a bit. Did that with the egg as well. How's that? How's that for them onions? Oh, hang on, 1 o'clock. Oh, where is it? There we go. I just can't see it. I'm doing everything back to front and upside down. There, see? That was just with a microfiber cloth. No soap, no washing up liquid, nothing. Now, just to prove to you as well, I'm going to find, excuse me while I find a knife. They're in here, are they? Ah! Oh, I've got these knives. Ah, I've got these knives at home. Is there a chopping board? Shall I use this one? This one here? Now, we do have some lovely chopping boards. Can I put this on the counter? What? I'm not a professional TV chef. Can you tell? Let's do it this side. Just to show you. Right. Are you ready? You will go on my first whistle. Now, this is probably, I would say, rare to medium rare, something like that. Yeah, I would say that's rare. Now, I'd put that back for a bit longer. Yeah, that knife is absolutely terrible. It's one of those, look, yeah, it's one of those nights. That could go back for a little, shall I put it back for a bit longer? See, this is why I often dice these. But for those, now, for example, our director Kieran would I mean, you see, look, it's, you know, that is, what would you, that's probably medium rare, isn't it? I would say. Yeah, that's what a lot of people would eat. So, but the great thing about them is because you've got the hot pans, you can just shove them back in and you don't need any oil. There we go. So I like to, I mean, these are great. It was a thick steak, and you know, I'm on telly. I don't know how long a steak cooks on telly, or how long a steak cooks in a pan like that. I always dice them in a pan. But the quality, it's the quality of the pans, the fact they just don't stick. The egg is absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to try some of the egg. Look at this. Oh yeah. And we do have some chopping boards as well, remember. $29.99. These are 4-piece, non-slip chopping boards. They prevent cross-contamination. They're space-saving. It's literally like a filing system, and they are dishwasher safe as well in a wonderful modern design. All the steaks coming along nicely now. I think this is probably now the cheapest piece of rump steak that you could possibly buy. Come here. Oh, that's good. I'm just cooking my dinner now. Let's go to clip number 4, shall we? Check out while you can. I think we're loading in as more stock as we're finding it, so get them while you can. You can spread the cost with PayPal. Best set of pans I believe money can buy. Here's why.
Look at this, look. So I'm just going to turn over our salmon, and I've just put our egg mix in there, but look. This is sliding around. Now, you saw me wipe that out. I didn't add any oil to it.
True.
Look at that wonderful sizzle. Just turn that one over again. Look at that, look. Wonderful, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh,
how
look at the
good
colour.
is that?
Now that's the salmon pink, isn't it? You know. So cooking,
so
but not
good.
burning, searing anything. Yeah.
Yeah, you really can cook. Beautiful, making, you know, wonderful meals, healthy meals at a fraction of the price a lot of the time of buying all these ready meals.
Yeah.
And you know exactly what's going in. Oh, I forgot my scrambled egg.
Well, yeah, you know,
Look at
you're
that,
not
look.
adding any salt in. You know.
Look at that, look. Well, I almost forgot my scrambled egg, but look, can you see
But it's fine, no
how
problem.
nothing's stuck whatsoever?
Yeah, it's just a lovely colour, that. Oh, it's
There you
beautiful.
go. Now, wonderful. Put that on there like so. Just give it a quick wipe out. Now we're talking scrambled egg. You remember scrambled egg pan? You know, when you look at the pan, how just brilliant, isn't
Yeah,
it?
my old metal saucepans when I first moved out got a room. I'd be there soaking. It was rice, white rice, and scrambled egg was the nightmare. That's what it was. But here with these, with your Cerashore ceramic, you have no problems. As it says there, full flexibility in the kitchen, but you've got the freedom to be cooking, making, storing, transferring to the oven at 260 degrees, transferring to the fridge, using the silicone lids, using the regular lids. This is so versatile, and it is such a treat without being a treat, isn't it? It's not a sort of luxurious price. It's like an everyday purchase for something you're going to use every day, but for a really good price at the same time.
I must just show you this.
Paul.
Now, I'm really hot pan. Caramel, if you've ever burnt caramel before, but can you see, look, that is normally you'd throw it in the bin. I might have to throw my spatula in the bin afterwards, but look how it's just not sticking at all. It's just literally running down. This is toffee. You know, that's, you know, it turns to, actually, you know, gravy brownie is just burnt sugar.
Yeah.
And you think, my goodness.
The sugar would burn and stick. And
it really does
awful,
stick.
Wouldn't it?
So I'll grab my...
These pans.
Yeah.
These pans are doing it. So yeah, you've got your lids here. We've put a lid on the wok at the moment. You know, just checking it was the wok because it could have been the sauté dish. Searing that salmon in. But you also
I might have ruined my cloth.
Oh no!
But look in the pan.
That's such a powerful demonstration, though, isn't it? To show what's on the cloth.
I can remember years ago, I used to be like the commie chef for James Martin, and he would always do spun sugar in a stainless steel pan, and I would literally be soaking it to death.
Yeah.
After, you know. Now I want to show you a really good little demo here. If we've got some water, and you just put a tiny bit in there, and then I'm going to virtually steam our fish, even though we've sealed it, so we've got that caramelisation. Can you see all the steam build up there? And that I will steam it and superheat it, and then that makes sure your vegetables are cooked too.
So we can see the vent here. You can see the steam coming out of the vent, and then that gap there that's obviously for your handle, where your detachable handles going off and on. But solid lids here. So you've got the lid that's going to go on, because they're the same size, aren't they? So your lid on your wok and your sauté
28 centimetre, which is just brilliant. So look at that.
Saucepans as well.
How good is that? So instead of using all that unhealthy oil, we've done it with, we've done what, you know, less than 10 minutes, isn't it? But and look how beautiful that
tasty, healthy, no clean
ready for that one
necessarily.
Yeah, the clean up is a dream. So you're really investing in yourself, investing in the amount of time you spend washing up, and how good
I've been loving
is
it.
that.
I'm so pleased for those of you getting these now, because honestly, because you know when it's something we buy just in case, or we buy it as a luxury, so it might be like a problem fixer, and we think, do you know what, I'm going to get one of those, because you never know. A bit like the air compressor I bought for my car, for my tyres. It's in the boot because you never know, yeah? But this is something that you're buying that you know you're going to use straight away out of the box, and it's also you're going to know how to use it. How many things have you bought where you've been a bit scared to get it out of the box? Well, this is one of those things that you're going to unpack this straight away, because it's fry up time, is it?
It certainly is. Fry up time. There you go. I've got our flat sausages.
Favourite.
In the other one, I'm going to do some of our little meatballs.
It's quick. Do you know, the 2.5 mil base, remember, is even distribution of heat. That's what it's giving you, the even distribution of heat. The Cerashore means that the ceramic is non-stick.
Look how quick that is.
Look at it cooking away.
You know, this is incredible, isn't it? This is really superb cooking, easy clean up. We've gone straight from no oil salmon fillets to doing our fry up. It's just wonderful. We've got an amazing plethora of different pans here, from your big cottage pies, your stir fries you can be doing. It's just wonderful.
Any hob type as well. So if you've just tuned in, you're thinking, but I cook on gas, so these going to be all right on gas? Yes, they are. I cook on electric. What about me? Yep, you'll be fine. And also, you've got your induction hobs working as well, because these are induction bases. So induction, gas and electric, any hob type. And show us the handle again.
Yeah,
it's so easy,
so
isn't it?
simple. So you literally place it on, click it closed, that's it. Then you flick it open, then you press the button, voila.
Wonderful. On, click. I'm left-handed, but I can still do it with my right hand. There you go, lock. So unlock, click, off. On, lock, click, in. So you can use them both if you want. You give yourself a little bit of an extra helping hand. Oh, by the way, if you've got anything else from the Freedom range, or you're thinking, I like this brand, I might buy more Freedom stuff in the future, those handles will work across the whole Freedom range. They're okay, they're universal. Oh, look at the bacon.
Wonderful. Bacon, wonderful. Just brilliant. Let me see, have we got an egg left in here?
I wonder what made Paul think of eggs, because we've got sausage patties, we've got bacon. Oh yeah, an egg, yeah, it's a natural...
And then this is where we need to use the lid again, because the steam will cook it.
Okay, let me do that for you. Here we go. Ready, steady.
There you go, pop that on there. Yep.
Here we are.
Sits perfectly within seconds, and the natural steam then will cook it on the top too. Now again, we're doing, you know, I love the size of these pans, the height. And don't forget, you can even do cakes and bread in them.
Right.
Don't ever think of them as just frying pans. They're saucepans, they're pie dishes, they're casserole dishes, because of course you can put them all in the oven as well.
Oven take up to 260.
Really do come into their own.
And they all nest, because that removable handle comes off, they all nest snugly into your saucepan. So easy to clean because of the Cerashore ceramic, and it's 0333241241, and you want to spread the cost with PayPal, you can. 10-year warranty on the handles, 5-year extended warranty on the actual pans themselves if you're registering on the pans on the website, and you're going to use these so much every single day for different things throughout the day. And you've got your silicone stretch covers as well as the lids that come with your pans too. You know, maybe it's your cooking skills that you're thinking, oh, it's my fault I burned that, it's my fault the bottom of the beans seared themselves to the pan, it's my fault my omelettes are never right, it's my fault my pancakes are rubbish. No. You know, try these pans, get them home, experience, oh, look at that. Experience the Cerashore ceramic non-stick, and I'm hoping, it's a bit of a bold statement, but watch yourself become a king or a queen or a prince or a princess of that kitchen. Or a chef like Paul.
Look at that. So we've just used the steam to cook the egg.
Great.
It is fantastic. And you know, some people like asparagus. Don't they? So we're just going to go straight into asparagus. Bit of greenery there. Oh, you just love asparagus.
Yeah.
So imagine we're doing our asparagus with our meatball sauce. We could have that on our pasta. Just brilliant. Again, the brand that you can trust.
Yeah, 1913.
How many years they've been going for.
You don't stick around that long by doing a rubbish job. So, you know, British company, British design, British innovation, flying the British flag, and knowing that we're buying quality. It's a tower name since 1930. That asparagus looks golden and lovely, glistening.
I'm just going to do the quickest cheese sauce to go over the top.
Nothing's ruined.
Look at that, look.
Look at what we've made as well.
We've got
Steak and
nachos there too.
Omelette.
It is just brilliant.
Do you know, if you've been thinking about upgrading your pan set, think no longer. This is it. When are you going to see a better pan set with a better name at a better price? That's the questions, isn't it? Whether you are, you know, maybe looking at, because nearly hitting 50 now. I first moved out, and my pan's like 20-something years old. I'm thinking, you know, the oldest ones. Now I've upgraded one here and one there, and I've got a new frying pan over the years and treated myself here and there. But are you like that? Oh, look at this. Yeah, wow.
Sauce over there.
Oh,
and
cheese
it's over
sauce.
our nachos too.
What would you say to anybody, Paul, that's just about to order?
You know what? I think if you want to get inspired, if you want to cook wonderful meals, if you want effortless cleaning up afterwards, wonderful space storage as well, get rid of all your old pans that don't, you know, are not on stick anymore, and replace them with these wonders. So versatile with that interchanging lid. Also, if you're camping, caravanning, anything like that, wonderful, because you've got such versatility, especially being able to pop them in the oven as well.
They are such great pans. By the way, if you were watching, my rump steak's now good, now done. And it's very, very, I can't, if I put that in my mouth, I won't be able to talk. Very tasty. Now, we've had a message from Penny. Thank you. She never laughs so much, apparently. She has booked me a spot on Can't Cook, Won't Cook. But she said, believe me, the pans are fantastic. Penny, do you know, it's so weird because, as I say, I've had these pans. I've had 2 sets of these pans. The ones in Warrington for, 2 months now. The ones in my London flat for a year. And I cook with them literally These are the ones that I have in the Warrington Crew House. So that's the stack, and then the saute pan I use all the time. So that's why it sits atop my induction hob. My son David's. Oh, that's what he was telling me earlier. Oh, sorry. So David always cooks. He always puts his food online. So there is that the wok, or no, that's the saute pan. This is our London flat, and there you can see I've got the same hob, and that's David cooking a Cajun chicken. Actually there are dozens of those videos. I mean, so they are brilliant pans. Thank you, David. So this is what happens. It's one of the benefits of working with your son. I want to show now. Who was the lady that asked me about the handles? I think it wasn't a message, a pop-up message. I want to show you something, right? So, you get two of the handles. The pans come without the handles. You'll notice the non-stick is on the outside as well. So Shirley, what did she say again? She said they look so good. Just wondered when you put the handles on, is the way to lock them so they don't fall off. Yes, and I'll show you what so just to prove to you. And somebody else wanted to know how heavy they were, because apparently they've got back problems. They're not as heavy as cast iron, and they are pretty lightweight, but they're not unsubstantially lightweight, if that makes sense. They're a very good quality. They're a decent gauge, but they are actually, I believe they're made out of, are they aluminium, I think? But then I don't know that actually, but they are not as heavy as cast iron. So what I can show you is, here is the handle, right? You get two of these. They have a 10-year guarantee. You have to register the guarantees with Tower for free, their website. You get a 5-year guarantee on the pans. So when you put the handle on, you turn the lever. That locks it in place. That is now locked, right? As soon as that is done. And just to show you how safe they are, if I could come back to a shot of me, they are completely, I mean, those, I'll turn it upside down. They are not coming off, although it would be great television if it just went flying off through the window, wouldn't it? Now, there's a safety feature. If for any reason, when you're demonstrating on television and doing something you hadn't planned to do, to go to the sink to clean the pan, do it left-handed at a funny angle, and you knock the lever, the handle doesn't just fall off. Now, it's loose, but can I come back to, just to show you, even with the lever off, TV moment happening here, ladies and gentlemen, the handle still holds on to the pan. It is only when you push the button that it releases it completely. So what I did when I was washing, they are aluminium. I thought they were pressed aluminium. As I was holding it like that, or I can't remember how I was holding. I knocked the lever, but I had my finger on the button. So as I'm cleaning, I clicked the button, and that's why the handle came off and the pan fell on the floor. If you weren't watching at that point, that never happened. If you were watching, that's why. No, I'm not making excuses. You would never do that at home unless you clean your pans back to front like that. I mean, who'd ever do that, right? Ladies and gentlemen, you have got to check out. We are running out of stock. So the steak is amazing. I'll do some more of that cheese in a bit. Can I just show you everything you get? You get this whole kit. They come beautifully gift boxed if you want to buy them, or well, you know, in this box, if you want to buy them as a gift for somebody. They're so easy to clean, you just can't stick anything to them, that I've managed to do anyway. You get the saucepans, you get the 2 frying pans, so the saucepans are 18 and 20 centimetres. You also get silicone lids for those, because yes, you can put these in the fridge and freezer. So if you've got leftovers in the pans, put them straight in the fridge. Or if you want to freeze them, put them straight in the freezer, although that would mean you wouldn't have a saucepan to use, but maybe use a container for the freezer, but they are safe to go in the freezer if you need. They can also go straight to the table, because you can take the handles off and you can serve whatever is in them, whatever delicious goods are in them. Like for example, in the big frying pan or in the saute pan, the multi-pan, you could, if you wanted to, do a moussaka, a lasagna, a shepherd's pie, a cottage pie, that kind of thing. You can take it straight to the table. You can literally go, all right, food's up, everyone. Take it to the table like that, and then you go, bosh, bosh, help yourselves. Now, I wouldn't advocate you do this. I wouldn't cut in these, but they are a little bit resilient to metal utensils. Again, they're not, I wouldn't cut things inside, but if you do, like stick a fork in or something like that, not a problem. They're so easy to clean. I literally rinse mine under the water and then just a little bit of washing up liquid and a cloth, a microfiber cloth, and wipe them clean. You can put them in the dishwasher, but I just don't think you need to. And also some dishwashers can be very harsh with the dishwasher salts and things like that. And I just don't think it's necessary. This is what I love about them. There's no scrubbing. There's no hours and hours of washing up after you've cooked. You literally a quick rinse, wipe around, and you're done. So please check out. We are massively busy. We've got 80 people in the ordering process right now. About 140, 150 of you have already purchased. 170 of you have already purchased. And remember, you've got, by the way, someone was asking about microfiber cloth. Do you have to use a microfiber cloth? No, use whatever cloth. You use a J cloth. The only thing I would say is don't use anything abrasive. You don't want to scratch the non-stick. So don't use wire wool or a Brillo pad or anything like that. But if you've got non-stick safe scrubbers, yeah, you could. I mean, do it with an old T-shirt if you want. I mean, crikey. A lot of the time, I'll be honest with you, when I've got a pan, it's just got a little bit of a light, whatever it is in it, like if I've done a steak or something, I run it under the tap and I'll just use my hand because it just comes off. And I'll show you my cheese again a little bit later on. While you check out, because we actually did add some more stock. We managed to get all the stock that we were supposed to have, but there are so many of you ordering now, we still are in danger of selling out. So what I'm going to do is just move you over to the air fryer. This is coming up later in the week, and I believe we have probably, imagine Joe Remblance will be here to demonstrate it. So it's a really, really great dual stacking air fryer. It's about 48, I believe it's 48 centimeters deep. So most of its size is in the depth, but the width, I think it's only about 30. Well, I'll get the dimensions for you in a minute. And because, there we go. What did I, oh no, 20, it's even better. It's 26.3, and then it's 43.3 centimeters high. So it's very space saving. The width of it is really about the same size as a single toaster, in fact, if not smaller. And because these are stacked, what it means is you can get bigger baskets. So you've got two 5.5 litre capacity vertically stacking baskets, which is saving up to 35% on worktop space. And also you can cook 4 different foods at the same time. Can I show you? So these are the baskets. You'll see there is an air vent at the back, and if you look in the back of the machine at some point, you'll see there is the fan. That is basically, you can see it, that is shooting superheated air into the basket. And then you have inside a trivet, which will allow you to cook 2 foods. Actually, you know what we're missing? Oh, we are missing the base trivets. There will also be on the bottom an additional trivet which is raised, and that allows the air to circulate and that allows the food to brown from the bottom. So take my word for that. Our samples get moved around and bits get put in other bits, so apologies for that. But if you want to, you can use the second trivet and you could cook 2 foods at the same time. So you could have a meat on top, for example, and a vegetable or chips or potatoes or something underneath. And if you're doing a lovely joint of beef or pork or lamb or something like that, or even chicken, the juices will drop down onto the chips and the veggies or whatever, and they will baste them, which is wonderful. So I can't actually cook in this until I get my other trivets. But the great thing about it is because you've got 2 baskets, there are 2 main settings. One of them is smart finish, which means that they both, instead of them both cooking at the same temperature and the same time, you can set a different time and a different temperature for each basket. But let's say you're cooking chicken wings, which take about 25 minutes, 20 to 25 minutes, right? And then you're doing chips at the bottom, which take maybe 15 to 20 minutes. Well, you don't want the chips to be ready before the chicken's done, right? So you do smart finish, and what the machine will do is it will put the bottom, let's say the chips are in the bottom, it'll put it on hold, and it won't start it until it's 15 or whatever you've set. Let's say you've set it for 15 minutes, until it's 15 minutes before the chickens finish cooking. So they both finish cooking at the same time. Then you've also got match cook, and that means that let's say you're doing a big batch of the same type of food at the same temperature, or if you're using cooking 2 different things, or even 4 different things if you're using the other trivets that also cook at the same time and temperature. Match cook will basically, whatever you set the temperature and time to, it will apply it to both baskets. And it's very simple to operate. So I'm attempting to do this backwards. I'll be honest with you, doing things backwards tonight has not worked out very well. But so Dave said, regardless of my ineptitude, he's thoroughly enjoying the show. This is like Unlocked, the kitchen segment. Unlocked was a comedy talk show I did. There might be a second season coming up soon, actually. So here you've got your functions. There was the on-off. There is your time and your temperature. Here you've got number 1 and number 2. Number 1 is the top basket. Number 2 is the bottom. And you can switch between them just by pressing the number, you see, like so. Now, and along the bottom here, across there, you have all of your different settings. So you've got fries, wings, steak, veg, bake, or because you can bake cakes and things in it, or DIY. So let's say I wanted to do fries. I press fries in basket number 1, right? So 200 degrees centigrade. Now, if I wanted to change that, here you've got your time temperature button. If I touch that, I can then use the plus or minus button. So now I can alter, if I want to, the temperature up and down. If I wanted to change the time, I press it again. And now it's 20 minutes. But I pressed it twice by mistake. Now hang on, come here. Why are you not working? Hold on. That's okay, but I want to go, I'm not pressing the button. There we go. So now you can adjust the time if you want to as well. So, and then here is Smart Finish. So if I press Smart Finish, I've set fries for the top, 180 degrees at 20 minutes. Now I go and set my bottom basket. So now I want to do a steak. So I press steak, and that's 200 degrees Celsius. So you can see they're now different times. And if I hit this here, you'll see what the, come here, 15 minutes. But because it's Smart Finish, the steak is actually going to cook at a higher temperature, but for less time. If I now press play or start over there, which I suppose I could do, now you'll see that the steak is on hold because that's going to take 15 minutes, whereas the second one's taking 20. So basically at 15 minutes to go on the fries, the steak will start cooking at its separate temperature and they will both finish at the same time. If you need to, you can pause cooking. Oh, maybe you can't. No, you can't. So I'm going to turn it off because I don't have my trivets in there and I don't want to heat up an empty oven. But you get the idea, it's so easy to use. And I tell you what, I actually, even though I did do my steak in my pan, and again, I've never really cooked a steak in a pan, so that was trial and error, and I completely messed it up. But I always use an air fryer to do my steak. So I get these big 1-inch thick sirloins or ribeyes, and literally 18 minutes, and I turn them over halfway. And this will tell you halfway through when you need to flip the food or give it a shake. And that's it. That's enough. That it's just the steak comes out so perfectly well cooked. $98.99 is a really phenomenal price in the marketplace as well. And I definitely recommend this. If you haven't got an air fryer yet, this is a really good one. And if you haven't got an air fryer yet, I would say that get this one as soon as you can, because having the dual stack, specifically this one, means you're going to save space, but you also get bigger trays. They're normally 3.5 to 4 litres for an average air fryer. These are 5.5 litres, so you will get a large chicken in there or a small turkey. You could get sides of beef. I mean, literally, this will replace your regular oven, and you can cook 4 different foods at once if you want to. And you can spread the cost interest-free with PayPal. Pay in 3, $34.98. But anyway, we are going to return. Oh my Lord, is that the time? Where has it gone? Good Lord, we've got 16 minutes to go. We're going to show one more clip of the pans. Please check out your pans. If you don't get these pans and you cook at all, you are missing out, my friends. I mean it. These are amazing. I have 2 sets and I would not literally part with these, even if you offered me a really large amount of money, I might. But then I'd just go and buy some more. Remember, Tower stopped making these, and then they started making them again because they were our #1 selling, not just pan set, but product actually for a long time on Shop on TV, because they're that good. So many happy customers, and you will be too. You get all of that for $99.99 instead of £200 or $199.99. And they are worth every single penny, even if you paid full price. So let's go back to Paul Brodell, celebrity chef Paul Brodell, and the wonderful presenter Matt McNamara to take you through these. And when you see this, please check out and get them now because they are running out of stock. Thank you.
I just love how easy they are. The handles are fantastic, 10-year guarantee, but look, I just got to show you how good this is. Now, this is in our wonderful air fryer oven.
On the show as well with the air fryer, yeah.
We are doing our roast dinner. Can you see how it just slides around? Nothing sticks whatsoever. The quality of the non-stick is phenomenal. So I'm just going to pop that back in our oven there. So you imagine, because you can remove the handles, suddenly you can bake cakes in the pans. You can do your pineapple upside down cakes, little stews, curries, casseroles. You're only limited by your imagination, which is just so good. And then I'm going to just do a little tiny bit of scrambled egg here, just to show you how good the non-stick is, because it is phenomenal. You will love with this Cerishaw non-stick how good it is. Can you see? Again, it comes with a 5-year warranty on the pans, 10 on the handles. It's incredible, and they're dishwasher safe too. Can you see how nothing sticks? I'm just going to let that burn on there.
Lovely, yep.
And then what I'm going to do in this one here, I'm just going to pop some cheese in, because I'm going to do the quickest cheese sauce that you've ever done.
Now we do have a variety of sizes, don't we? Of course, you've got your 2 interchangeable handles, but you've got your saute pan, the 2 different saucepans as well, the wok as well. So all of it included in your amazing 13-piece set. Induction hob compatible, as you can see, with what we're using, and also any hob type. So if you're cooking on gas, cooking on electric, it is good to go. And Paul, as you say, oven safe. Just detach the handle, pop them in the oven up to 260 degrees C.
They certainly are.
Air fryer safe, as you just saw. But also, Paul, I've had the pleasure of watching the master at work, because with the chicken, different cooking times on your potatoes and your garnishes. So you've been taking that out, adding things, putting it back in.
You can all the way through.
Brilliant.
Now look, I just want to show you the non-stick. So this is scrambled egg that I've purposely left, and look, it just comes away. Your clean up is next to nothing. So I'm just going to pop that on our pan there, and I'm just going to, again, we're cooking on induction, but it could be halogen, electric, gas. Look at that, look.
Yeah, you stick that in the wash quickly, but here we quickly wipe it.
I promised you the quickest cheese sauce you've ever made, didn't I?
Yeah.
Now, so there it is.
That's not sticking, it's good.
It's not sticking at all, no. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some in and let it burn, okay? Because I want to show you how good this non-stick is. So I've got our tortilla chips.
Right.
Now, look at that.
Oh my goodness me.
Now, look at that, look. I promise you, if you have a nibble on one of them, you will just love it. But what I'm going to do is
let it
now,
cool down for a second.
I'm going to purposely, I've left some in the pan.
Yes.
I'm going to let it burn on.
Okay.
I've got
to show
some
the
extra cheese. Yep.
Coating.
To show how bad it is. I've even got some milk. If you've ever burnt milk in a pan before, you know how terrible it sticks. It really is. So we're doing the worst that we can throw at it, and I'm going to let that tick over there just to show you how bad it can be. But in the next one here, I'm just going to fry off some onions just to show you. Oh, please try it. It's
got my eye on one of these. I was waiting just because I didn't want to burn my mouth with the cheese sauce. But look at that.
Now again,
oh, he naturally is at home in front of a movie.
At home, anything like that.
But
just going to do some stir-fry veggies in here.
That's amazing with the cheese sauce as well.
Oh, isn't it delicious? Was that the quickest cheese sauce that you've ever made? Now again, it looks horrendous mess, doesn't it? Can you see how that's burning? So obviously you wouldn't do this at home, but you can imagine the phone goes and someone knocks at the door, stuff like that.
Or you just leave something, the base of something's cooking away.
Nothing.
Oh, that's really good.
Whatsoever.
Away.
This is how forgiving these pans are, and this is why I just love them so much.
So a great name as well, isn't it? From Tower.
You imagine. Look at that. You know, lots of pans, stainless steel pans, that would never stick.
You almost think, when you see the words non-stick, you almost think that some manufacturers should put the non-stick in inverted commas, like non-stick, you know, unless, you know, but that looks like a genuine non-stick, just easy. And that's the Cerishaw ceramic coating, and also the decades of experience from Tower. Remember, right from the early 1900s, Tower have been doing this and making amazing quality cookware. And now it's pancake.
Well, I'm going to show you something else now. So, I'm going to make a mess on the side, okay?
Okay.
Now, because not only have you got the Serra Amazing Non-Stick on the inside, you've got it on the outside as well. And it really is fabulous.
Have another one of
and
these.
while that's cooking on the outside, I'm just going to throw some of our chopped meats in there, just to do something sticky like that, with that amazing even heat distribution. Can you hear that wonderful sizzle? It really is so good. I haven't used any oil whatsoever.
Oh wow, because it suggests like little oil, not as much.
Now,
so you put none in, right? It's amazing.
Yeah, and did you see with our stir-fry vegetables here, again, little or no oil, which is just fantastic, but nothing is sticking whatsoever. It really is that fantastic.
The Serra ceramic.
Well, that is the quality that you get. Look at that, look. Can you
Now you got
see?
this pancake mix gluing itself to the outside.
Gluing
I
it
don't
to
know.
the side. I don't know whether you can see it yet.
Yeah. It's
There you
baking
go.
itself on there. Yeah.
Right, so, and now obviously the cameras, we haven't done this on camera, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to lift it off a bit and then I'm going to give it a wipe.
Okay.
So you ready? This
Right.
is only for TV purposes. Can you see how when, there you go.
Wow, that is
look at that, look. That was burnt on pancake mix on the side. It just wipes off.
So we know that even if the inside is non-stick, as they say, the outside definitely won't be. But here, the Serra non-stick genuinely is non-stick on the inside and on the outside.
That's it. It
Full
really
quality.
is. You're getting incredible quality.
Just to run through exactly what you're getting, Paul, then you're getting the 18 centimetre saucepan, the 20 centimetre saucepan, the 24 and the 28 frying pans, the 28 wok, that's 28 centimetres by the way, each time, 28 centimetres. You're getting the lids as well, 2 detachable handles, and of course the silicone lids too. And they all nest and stack inside each other. So if you've got really small amount of storage in your kitchen, space is a premium, then don't worry, they're not going to be sticking out handles everywhere, poking everywhere. The detachable handles make them so easy to store and to keep safe at home and stacked. Pop them in the dishwasher to clean them if you want, wipe them clean and keep going, wash them by hand and keep going, but you've got a 10-year guarantee on the handles and an extended 5-year guarantee on the pan. All you need to do is register on the website to actually activate that guarantee. But how amazing is that? And the detachable handles, so easy to use as well, aren't they?
They are so. It literally is at the click of a button like that. And then suddenly you've got your frying pan turns into your oven dish, your cottage pie dish, you know, anything like that. If you're doing a pasta bake, you can put the cheese on, pop the whole time, and then you can even take it in the oven. And now can you see how evenly, wonderfully cooked?
Yeah, no, it looks really even, like no burning, no sticking or anything. Like,
fantastic.
Really good.
I'm going to do the worst scenario now. We've got our honey barbecue sauce here. So you imagine how sticky that is.
Yeah, now that would be a nightmare on your saucepan or your wok at home, wouldn't it?
It
But
certainly is. Oh, yeah.
not having a problem.
And how much do you spend on like the sticky pork and stuff like that?
Oh, don't even
There
get me
you go.
started.
Look at that. Look.
They can get those tastes at home. Like you don't need to worry. Like you know when you buy a new item of clothing, it's like, oh gosh, what's the washing instructions? When you buy like, or you look at a recipe, you think, what dishes am I going to need? What am I going to have to wash up afterwards? Is it a one wok job or is it a one saucepan job? Single pan. But this is like, don't worry, just get cooking and don't worry about the cleanup.
Oh, it is. It's fantastic. So we've got our sticky honey, our vegetables in there. We've got it all, and it's just done it so easy. Meals in minutes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to look for my rice too.
Don't forget it's the Serra as well. So you've got the Serra coating, meaning this is a sort of surface, shall I say? Because this is like beauty is more than skin deep. This is a proper solid pan. So the whole thing is Serra. We're not talking coatings or thin layers here. The whole thing is that Serra ceramic non-stick. And you're getting your egg fried rice.
We certainly have. So we've got our chopped, wonderful, and our honey teriyaki there, and barbecue. We've got our wonderful egg fried rice that we're just going to do here now. Look at this, everyone. So
You just made your own takeaway.
Exactly, we really have.
Oh my goodness. So you're not limited with the type of hob, are you?
No, not at all, no. And you see how none of this is sticking whatsoever. It's incredible. It's going to make your washing up a breeze here,
So
every single time.
when you're talking electric hobs, induction, gas, no worries. Use these pans on anything. Take the handle off, stick the pan in the oven up to
Nothing-
260 degrees as well.
Nothing there
and put them in the
sticking
air fryer.
whatsoever. So we've got our wonderful stir-fry egg rice, which I'm just going to serve up here now.
Ooh, look at
Like
that
so.
in fried rice.
Then I'm just going to grab the cloth
looking good.
and just show you how
Obviously
quick
at home you give
that
it a
is.
little wash.
Look at that, look. It just comes away in a matter of seconds.
Oh, nice.
And then look at that wonderful sticky pork. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave some of the residue
Yeah.
in there, like so. I'm going to have to fill a plate there because we've made so much. I'm going to let the really get sticky.
Okay.
I'm going to add some cheese to burn it on. I've got some milk to burn it on, just to show you the ultimate that you can put these through.
So you're going the most drastic demonstration here to show the non-stick of the Cerashore ceramic, and you are getting a 13 pan or piece pan set here from the amazing Tower name. It's working out at $6.53 a component. You're getting the saucepans, you're getting the saute dish, you're getting the wok, you're getting the two detachable handles, you're getting the silicone lids as well as the actual saucepan and pan lids as well. And you're getting a full set for the kitchen here, and they are oven safe up to 260 degrees C in the oven. Stick them in the air fryer as well, and with those silicone covers you can maybe store for later or keep in the fridge or afterwards. Maybe if you've done a big cottage pie or a big lasagna and you've got any leftovers, maybe stick it in the fridge and put it in the oven again the next day, I guess.
And in a minute I will talk you through all the pans because they're just incredible.
Yeah.
Please never think of this as just the wok, because they're so multi-usage. Now I'm just putting it through the worst that
Yeah.
it can do. You know, you wouldn't normally do this at home. I'm cooking on induction, which is very hot and very quick to heat up. And you know, look at this, look, it just comes away.
You can see the
Nothing-
burnt bits.
Yeah, nothing sticks whatsoever. And this is exactly what you want from a wok, you know, and nothing is sticking there at all. So I am trying to put it through
Yeah.
the worst paces that I can do, and it just comes away clean.
It will be the bottom,
every
won't it?
single time. And don't forget, you have got this on the side too. So it really is so good for coming away every single time.
I promise I will never cook again. They've taken everything away from me. Look, when I'm cooking in my own kitchen, it doesn't need to be pretty. And that's the beauty of the Tower pan, and it ain't, but that's the beauty of the Tower pans. Tonight I deliberately dropped one on the floor to show you how rugged they are. And I'm very pleased to say that my application, I didn't submit it, I think Penny did, my application for can't cook, won't cook has been accepted. So, no, I mean, this is the great thing. When you've got a set of pans that are as strong as these, you can bash them around, you can punish them. And that's why I love them. You can't stick anything to them that I've managed to find anyway. Cream, cheese, you name it. You know, even when you fry an egg and you leave it on too long and you scrape it off the pan, you can clean it just with a little bit, as I did, a bit of water, a drop of water, and a microfiber cloth. I mean, it's just that simple. These are just that good. I don't normally wax lyrical about a product like this unless I absolutely love it. I wouldn't have bought them if I thought they were rubbish. And I've got two sets. I had one set, loved them so much, I bought a second set. I make food that tastes so good, it's helped me shed almost 5 stone. I've still got about 5 to go. You've got to check out though, we are really running out of stock. There are over 80 of you in the ordering process. Please check out your baskets. You're not going to be able to use these if they're just sitting in your basket. They are that good. They are worth every penny of $199.99, but you're getting them at half price essentially. Compared to the rest of the market, you're getting them still at a massive discount. The lowest price we found was £169. They're generally in other places for £189. The price is amazing. Tower brought them back out of retirement just for us, just for you. So please do check out And remember, tomorrow, well, I say remember, I haven't told you yet, tomorrow night, the Paint Blast is back, the handheld paint compressor, you know, electric paint sprayer. It's amazing, it's back in stock. And when it sells out, as it probably will tomorrow night, they won't be back until September. So join me for that. Lots of fun to be had, and I promise I won't use it. Good night.